Hello and welcome to episode 1 of the Tunis scenario. This is May 1st, 1943. Axis forces in Africa have been forced back into an ever-shrinking bridgehead in northern Tunisia. With nowhere left to retreat, few supplies, and even fewer reserves, the Africa Corps makes a last stand as the Allies launch their final offensive on the continent. Alright. Let's make sure that we have enough supplies for everybody. Ooh. Good. So, the strategy at the moment will just be to... I think we'll just try to find a soft opening. I don't know. Just try and find an opening along the southern front while sending some troops around to the west, the northwest a little bit. But I think for the most part, we'll just try to start pushing up towards Tunis, see if we can't eliminate some of these more dug-in Italian units. If we can eliminate a unit, it's gone forever. But I do think this will take an episode or two, just due to our spaced out units and our lack of enlistments. So we'll see. I am going to start developing or putting in the comments a sort of like standing orders section where you'll be able to kind of say what you want your units to be focused on, whether it's sort of attack, defense, your kind of input on how you think the battle is going so far. And that will be good, so we'll start kind of shifting more of the decision making towards all of us and not just myself. For this is Viewer's Command. Alright. Turn 1 of 15, which really means I think we're gonna take 12 turns. So on turn 13, that's when we'll look, or that's when things will end. Alright, our available troops, we have First Lieutenant Squire. I'm in command of the 7th British Infantry as well as the 2nd. We have Neural Net in charge of the... Uh-oh. Man. Alright, I think that's it's the 3rd, technically. A small typo has made a throw. The 5th British. Alright, so it should be a 5 and not a 2, but that's okay. Then we have Llewellyn in command of the 6th British. Stasnak in charge of the 8th and 9th, though the 9th are a bit in trouble. We can get them some reinforcements, though. Excellent. And then we have the New Zealanders under the command of Prefnal. Justin is in command of the 2nd Armoured. And the 3rd Armoured is under the command of FFL. So we have a lot of capable officers who have leveled up, and we'll be able to start bringing in new troops if they so choose and have the supplies to do so. So we're not in a horrible spot. The AI hopefully won't attack us, I guess. It's every time it's definitely about making sure that we don't position ourselves in a place where the AI can get around us, because then they'll swarm. But otherwise, they expect us to have... Ooh! They expect us to be in a better position than we tend to be in these scenarios. Husky's going to be the more difficult one, though. What if we try and take Sicily? Alright, well, looks like the Giovanni Fascisti are going to be in trouble. So we'll just slam into the... Ooh, ouch. Casualties, though. Slam into them. Alright, so they've been wiped out. They will not return for a second episode, so that's good. So it looks like we have our breach that hopefully the New Zealanders can start to exploit. Alright. We'll shift our infantry around to... let's see, we'll have the 8th in reserve to kind of help in the east. And I think we'll have all our green troops in reserve of the main attack, so that if we can weaken some of those Italian units and German units, we can use our green troops to get some experience. Otherwise, I think we'll start shifting our other infantry around to the left here, left flank, and see if we can't start hammering in on some of these dug-in troops. Now, the weakest part of the Axis defenses are in the north, but we currently still have no U.S. units, so we will just continue to push forward with what we have where we can have them. Oh! Alright, so the Axis, shucks. Alright, so if you do enlist as a U.S. officer, you'll still have 2 points in which you can deploy, but, oh dear. Well, they've cut way deeper than their, like, they've cut themselves off from supply. So we'll definitely send in Neuronet's troops to act as a sort of, oh no. I may have overstretched you. Alright, well, think about that. Alright, that is a very bold move from the AI to cut off our 2 of our resource areas. Or not resource, well, 2 supply lines, definitely, but also 2 deployment zones for reinforcements. Okay. That was much bold. That was more than I expected the AI to try and pull. Alright, we will continue to try to make advances in the east, just along this main supply route up towards Tunis and Calibia. Because the game is not designed around having so many different objectives. Oh, no, I guess I don't know how long we have to take Calibia, but we do have. Oh, okay, so we're gonna fail to take Longstop Hill, but that's okay. Ooh. Ooh. All right, New Zealanders taking some casualties, but we've made a breakthrough. Oh no, did I click on? Well, they survived. That's okay. I need to remember to click on people before we kill them. All right, Imperial. Excellent. So we've made a huge breach up in the north. Good. Now we just have to follow up. It's going to be... We are following up with green troops. There is a little bit of a risk that the AI could try to cut in behind us. But they'll have to attack out of a good defense. They'd have to give up a good defensive position to do so. Although, they have been pretty bold so far in the west. So we'll have to keep an eye on them. I think we might keep Neuronet's troops here, where they're at for now. Kind of just defend that bridgehead. And we'll send... Second British in as well. We'll maybe use these 2 units to try to... Oh dear. To try to put pressure on these German armored units, since they've cut themselves off from supply. And they took the bridges, blew up the bridges. These are kind of... Like, that's the one... Yeah, like, upside for us. And cool part about the base game is that the AI is really good at trying to deny you victory. But with these scenarios that we're doing where you have to have both a short-term and long-term picture, the AI can't handle that long-term picture. They're not designed to, so I don't hold it against the AI. But they're great at doing that sort of short-term picture. Oh, you know what? Let's send the New Zealanders up even further to put some more pressure. Alright, so they are outstretching the British first, but what can you do? Alright, so far we're actually doing pretty well. Let's see what they try. Oh, okay. Geez, they're just really, they're blowing up all the bridges. So, the enemy has cut off all of their forces in the south, from supplies. But they've also gotten in behind us. Alright, so if you want to enlist as the US, you still can, and you definitely should. There are a lot of troops ready for that, to take on that mantle. A lot of US troops that are ready to deploy. It just means that we then have to go and capture this stuff. Which we definitely can. But otherwise, the AI has cut off all of our deployment zones except for the last UK deployment zone. So that is an interesting strategy on their part. Well, okay, let's isolate and destroy the 21st Panzer Division. They're still out of supplies. Oh dear. Alright, well. Let us advance in the north. Let's see. Yeah, put us in an interesting position where these Italian troops can't stay here. They'll either have to fall back or be destroyed. But we also don't quite have enough troops to confidently just keep pushing up. Although we can kind of fiddle around with the front line here. Alright, so this is the 90th African Division. They've just been destroyed by our brave New Zealanders. Excellent, and we have supplies coming right up this line. So that's good. Alright, meanwhile... some more reinforcements to give to the 9th British. Okay, yeah, alright, so no, don't do that. To kind of hunker down with these mountains, but once they start running out of supplies, then our green troops can start really punching into them. We are doing really well for turn 3, so I'm not too concerned. Alright. As long as this guy doesn't do something crazy. He should be out of supply next turn, though. And we should be able to isolate and destroy the 21st. Alright. That, yeah, very ambitious moves by the AI. Really about denying land to us. Alright, yep. Out of supply for 2 turns. Should be able to move in. And next turn we will be able to destroy them. Alright, meanwhile, yeah, these guys are now going to start wasting away. Oh, good. Alright, we have the 164th African Division, which will be destroyed by FFL. Nope, they were not destroyed. They survived. Alright. So next turn... Jeez, they're still heavily dug in on those mountains. But I think next turn, if not the turn after, these green troops should be able to start fighting in those mountains. Actually, I bet we can... You know what? Let's send Justin's forces to take Libya. Ooh, never mind. Hello. Alright. Well, we'll put the New Zealanders up on the banks of the... whatever river that is. Just on the shores of Tunis. Keep pressure on them there. And then we'll shift some of our troops up a little bit. Excellent. So, like, they could try to get into this hole, but they would hit our zone of control. They wouldn't be able to move past that. So that's good. Alright, so we're in a good place, I suppose. I guess we'll use our air power. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, having these troops all just out of supply is a good place to be. We're doing alright. Ooh. Alright, some of them might... Jeez, they really want to destroy those bridges. Oh my gosh. Alright, so the 10th Panzer is starting to just fade away, and will probably just eliminate itself. Otherwise, we will destroy the 21st Panzer. Alright, and we have reopened the supply lines for US-UK deployment south, so no need to worry about that. I guess we'll just send these troops back towards the main front lines, where the Italians are shook. Ooh. Alright, I believe our New Zealanders can take out the 164th. And they do. Alright, excellent. Oh my gosh. Alright, so we'll hit these guys with air power. Alright, well, let's see how we can try to get our green troops some non-deadly experience. They might take some losses, but we need them to get experience. So that we are fighting up against the 16th Battalion Division. Alright. It's heavy fighting just because of the green nature of these troops, but it's the only way to get ourselves a little bloody sometimes. Alright, but we're going to have FFL finish them off. And he has. Alright, our troops will move up. There we go. Jeez, these Italians, they're going to keep holding on. But once a unit is no longer green, they can't ever become green again. So that's the good thing, is it's a one-time hurdle that your units have to overcome. That are also a good way to get experience if you're a newer officer. Eesh. Okay, how long do we have? Is there a way to... Nope. Alright, there doesn't seem to be a way to scroll through these, but I think that's just because they did not anticipate me. Alright, we're well in supply. Our troops are coming back. Excellent. So far, so good. Alright, so we have the 80th Spezia and the Triple X Corpo remnants, and the 101st, which all are starving themselves, and then the 10th Panzer. So we're doing pretty well. We actually might take Tunis this episode. That'd be pretty crazy if we were able to actually succeed in a full scenario in one go. It'd mean that we were ready for anything. Which, speaking of which, we'll get to if we have any elite or veteran units, we will be able to spin them off into elite troops, kind of like airborne and the like, if we want to. Airborne steps are the way that we play the game. They're a little bit more expensive than they're just double the cost of regular British troops per step, but they can actually perform airborne operations, which Operation Husky is the next scenario. So I'll want to bear that in mind. We don't have a lot. I guess like the 6th British could potentially partake in those kinds of exercises. Jeez. All right, let's ouch. All right, this is gonna hurt. Brace yourselves. Oh, and they didn't even... man. The poor 9th. He didn't even take the objective. Alright. Man. Okay, let's... Jeez. Okay. Now, we could wipe them out, but I'm trying to train these green troops. trying being the operative word. It's tough. Alright, luckily the troops in Calibia are out of supply. Oh, you're outside of the HQ range. Alright, we're gonna have to move the HQ up. Alright. Not enough command points. Okay. We'll continue to shift these troops over. Looks like next turn, the 10th Panzer Division will be no more, so that's good. Oh, man. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna... We'll have FFL take out the Spezia, then have his troops move up to help support the New Zealanders' push on Tunis. Surround the Trieste. They might even just dissolve next turn. I think they'll still be around, but we'll just leave them to our green troops. Excellent. So there's still a lot of troops in the north, but we're doing all right. Excellent. And if there's interest to have people take on the Axis side, I guess let me know. But otherwise, we'll continue to have it with this sort of situation of us as the allies. Nope. Okay, so Trieste completely dissolved. So did the 10th Panzer. I see. Alright, heavy crunch by Justin's forces against the 15th Panzer Division. Ooh, hello. Alright, we have the German SG. SG-1. Okay. Let's repair these bridges. So we can start getting supplies across there. We have prisoners coming in. We should be able to move the green troops around to the west side of Tunis here. Start putting pressure up in the north. We still have 5 more turns after this, so we're doing well. I think this is good. Be able to knock out these scenarios much more quickly than we have in the past. I think we'll be good, because like the last scenario was like 5 episodes of us just slogging, dying, heavy losses. Now we are a more experienced army, a bloodied army, but we've learned important lessons. Like the lesson of friendship. And I'm sure. Alright, ooh, we can get the New Zealanders their troops, excellent. Alright, and we still have an airstrike. Let's just throw it against the Superga, the first DF. Excellent. They're in the mountains, but we'll root them out as well. Trucks available. Oh, someone must be out of, Alright, we'll move supplies up. Excellent. Start pulling some supplies in a bit. Good. Proceed. Alright, they do not have a very good defense of Tunis, so... but the weather is going to help them. Alright, so a spot of bad weather. Looks set to give us a jolly old time. Alright, Justin's forces has cleared out that peninsula. Excellent. Alright, we're gonna make them feel bad. Alright, this is the 1st Italian SG. Oh, those are just, like, military police units. They don't actually... By taking them out, we're not really taking them out. Alright, we do have supplies flowing in up here, so that's good. we have any reinforcements? Not yet. Alright, so we'll just keep Stasnak's 9th close at hand, while our more experienced troops push up to help assist in the west. Alright, they've blown the bridge, so we can't just attack directly in. We'll try and surround Tunis and then take it. So we'll hit the 131st DC Centauro. Alright. Well, yeah, we're not going to send the New Zealanders in against the Abs Tunis until we've surrounded the city. Still looking for opportunities for our green troops to help out, but their time will come in time. And, you know, the weather isn't cooperating at the moment. Everyone have supplies? Oh, not you. Alright, let's throw... yeah. Yeah, let's get supplies across the river. Alright. So far, the battle is going quite well. They really like destroying those bridges. My goodness. Alright, do we have any green troops that could help fight these guys? Oh my god, I feel so bad for our green troops. They are trying. Alright, let's hit this unit with air power. They are dug in there. Alright, I am sorry, 8th British, but we need you to die. Oh good, they've leveled up. They've done it. They've made it over the hurdle. The hurdle of pain. Alright. 7th British, you just need to do it too. They've done it. Alright, they've taken heavy losses, and we're going to pull them back. But by God, they've done it. Alright, once a regular, always a regular. And we finished off that unit. Excellent. Alright, we'll get this bridge up and running again. Both those bridges. Excellent. We can start to put pressure in along this point of the battle as well. Ooh. Alright, looks like FFL isn't done yet. Elite! You are an elite armored unit ready to take on the DC Centauro. Alright, heavy hits there. Ugh. Alright, yeah! That's what I feared. Is that we'd just fire one little round of artillery and hit the wrong buildings, and so Tunis is now in ruins. It's going to be exceptionally difficult to throw them out of Tunis. So that's a problem. Oh dear. Alright, but I mean, we're advancing, we're making advances. We're doing really well. So that's good. And I don't think the AI has any other tricks up their sleeves. I think they've played their cards, and now we play ours. Alright. We can put ourselves in position around the city and start heavily bombarding Tunis. The city is already in ruins, so it's going to be hard for the tanks to do anything. We can start pushing in, though. Alright, so good luck, 2nd British. It's what we do best. Ah! Alright, victory for the Allied forces. Tunis is ours. We have 2 more turns left. We have 12 turns that I'm giving us, so that we have double what the sort of base game would allow, which then would be, I guess, like 9 turns or something in vanilla. But that's good. Alright, so we didn't get any of the like bonus objectives, the main bonus objectives, which is unfortunate. But we are doing pretty well. Alright, we may as well send you down here to capture the deployment north. We'll probably reopen those deployments in case we get some Americans. Excellent. How are you guys doing? We're doing really well on supplies. How are we doing on... Okay. Steps. Excellent. Keep the front lines going strong. Oh man, these poor, the 9th British just can't catch a break. Oh. But we can break the enemy. A different kind of break. Alright, let's definitely repair that bridge. Into Tunis. Alright, so next turn, we'll be able to have Justin and FFL's armored units just plunge up towards Bizarte. Or Bizarre. I don't know how it's pronounced. Clearly. So we're in a good, really good place here. Ooh, rear guard, they're gonna run away. Oh. Alright, goodbye 1999th African Division. Pussy! Kapow! Never mind. They just keep getting beaten. They won't break. Alright. Ooh. Good. We are pushing up. So this is really good. We're in a great position now. And I think that we'll just be able to mop them up in the next, that sort of the second episode. Oh, okay. Looks like somebody doesn't have trucks. Excellent. Alright. Jeez, God, they are ruthless. They're like, oh, you want to capture our objectives in the first turn? We will literally kill ourselves and let you take our stuff. Oh my gosh. Just brutal. Alright, so the 7th British will hurt themselves, but wipe out that unit, 999th. We do have some Fallschirmjäger. Elite German troops. Ooh. But they're out in the open. No, they're not. Okay. They're cornered and breached. Ooh, excellent. Alright, so the HG Division, German Fallschirmjäger. Elite troops. And they can deliver some blows, but they will take the losses. Alright, meanwhile, in the north, we're going to keep our armored attack. This is the Abs Tunis, the remains of them. They're gone. Excellent. Now, this town has a name, but I don't know the name off the top of my head. Ooh, good. Alright, we'll send the 2nd British up as well. Ooh, it's going to be tough to take this last town because they destroyed those 2 bridges. But if we can just, I mean, yeah, we've shattered the enemy. So even though we won't take the final objective next turn, most likely, we have broken their backs. That episode 2, we will be able to finish them off. This is good. All right. Excellent. Well, well, well. All right, let's finish off the Fallschirmjäger. They're gone. Now we can put pressure in the north on these dug-in people. Make them feel bad. All right, we're gonna have to take a chance. That chance is gonna have to come with. Actually, well, an airstrike, I suppose. Oh, are we going to pull this off? Okay, so this is Abs Berserked. Oh my gosh, I think we're actually going to succeed at this. Alright, alright, alright. Oh no, please. No! Yes! Okay, Justin with the win, the 2nd Armored is going to take... We have succeeded. In one episode, we have conquered a scenario, taking the 2 main objectives. This is great. Alright. Oh man. Okay. that. Oh, sorry for the loud clap, but I'm excited. Excellent. All right. So the AI will still get to take their turn, their sad, miserable turn. And we've won. We have won. We are victory. We are going to be heading on to Operation Husky then. That's the next scenario. That one is going to be difficult because we will need landing craft. They are, and as well as aircraft for paratroopers. We currently have no airborne elite units, so we'll have to figure that out as well. It is 30 supplies per paradrop ability, so like if we had, say, 3 airborne units that could be dropped in behind enemy lines, it would cost 90 supplies to get them up in the air and drop them behind the enemy lines. Otherwise, they would just land as normal, deploy as normal troops on the ground. And then in terms of actual naval landings with landing craft, that is also 30 supplies per unit that we want to land on landing craft. So Husky is going to be exceptionally expensive if we want an overwhelming landing, but it is still fighting against the Italian government that's on the edge of collapse. So we don't have to go super crazy with our landings. We'll just need to be careful. I think we potentially can't even land armored units. I'm not quite sure. It might only be infantry, so we'll have to be careful about that, making sure that our troops are fully fit and ready. Not landing green troops, but luckily we're mainly not green troops. We're in a really good spot. So that's good. Let's make sure everyone's in. Some people are not in supply. Now we are. Alright, so yeah, this was a fantastic victory for our allied forces. Excellent. Shattered the enemy. We still have some airstrikes left over. And it's onward to Sicily. So that's it'll be next week will be another episode 0 as we sort of look at the situation of Sicily and then decide how we want to try to deploy our troops, where we want to deploy our troops. That is where it's going to become the most interactive. You will be able to designate where you want your troops to be landing, what landing zones, and where on the island. Can't really see it over there. Well, kind of. There it is. It's there in the distance. And so, this has been just the beginning. The beginning of the end has ended, and now the start of the middle begins. So this is good. A fantastic Allied victory here in Tunis. We captured the 2 main objectives. We were able to just punch along the coastline, so we should be very proud of our troops. Not too many losses. I'll be able to fully track that, so we'll see those results. But yeah, this was a great outcome for our troops. So we'll have more information down below. You can still enlist if you have not yet enlisted and want to participate in the playthrough, commanding troops of your own. And then we'll also have a section for actual orders for your troops, but that will come into be more important as we head into Husky, since it is a less this was more of a natural continuation of the last scenario that we'd punched up north finally, and then just that momentum. We had that momentum going with us, and we just carried it through. It's only May 12th. Only May 12th. We're catching up, so that's good. All right. If you enjoyed this playthrough and this episode, and want to see more like it, but also where you are in the driver's seat from the get-go, the whole time, turn by turn, moment to moment, then don't forget to go over to twitch.tv/SirSquire to find our live playthroughs where you play a direct role in how each playthrough unfolds. Link is in the description. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to catch all the Squire Squad action here on YouTube as well. A lot of tutorial playthroughs that are more in line with what we are doing up over on Twitch, but it's a lot of fun. So anyway, this has been Unity of Command 2, Viewers Command, the Battle of Tunis, and our allied forces are victorious. I will see you all in the deployment turn, the episode 0 of Operation Husky.